The filter function does exactly what it sounds like, takes a data set and filters it for you in Microsoft Excel. Now, there is a filter button in Excel, but what that does is it takes the data set that's in front of you and applies a filter to it. Whereas the filter function allows you to create or use that filtered data in another place or even another calculation. So if, for example, you have a table like this one, you could decide to filter by the customer column, the product column, or even the cost column if you had a filter in mind for that. And what you would do is you'd use the filter function, point it at the array of cells that you wanted to return, and then decide on what kind of filter expression to use. Oftentimes we use if it's equal to something, but we can also use if it's greater than or less than something, etc. So in a real-world scenario, for example, we might decide that we want to get all the shipments that were provided by United Package right here. So in cell J8, I could go to the Formulas tab at the top of the screen, use the Lookup and Reference dropdown, and find the filter function. The array in this instance will just go ahead and select all the data that's in that original data set from C6 to H247. And then very simply here, we need to figure out which column out of this array is the one that really decides what the filter is. Now in this instance, we've decided that we want to filter it down to one of the shipping providers. So the way we do this is, if you notice, the array is C6 through H247. So we have to highlight the shipping provider column in such a way that it matches what we're doing with the rest of the array perfectly, meaning from cell G6 down to G247. So if you notice here, if we had started on row G5 instead of G6, or if we had not gone down as far, if we'd highlighted the entire column, things like that, if it didn't match the 6 through 247 that the array had, we would have an error. But because we've highlighted the column that perfectly matches the array, we then just need to say, oh, you know what I was looking for is if it was equal to, and then we'll click here on United Package. And then when we click OK, you can see there that yes, all the shipments through United Package are the ones that still show up. And nicely here, if you do have a drop-down menu like I do, and you want to switch to American Transport or to Southwest Shipping, you can see that that filter is applied and dynamically updating. But now it gets a little bit interesting. How would I apply two filters at the same time? What this comes down to is that true in Excel speak is a 1 and false is a 0. So if we wanted to say that the shipping provider has to be TRX and the client has to be 1100, what we would want to do is get a 1 out only when both things were true. Okay, so imagine that we're asking the question, is it TRX shipping? And the filter is either giving us back a 1 or a 0. And then we're also asking the question, is the client CL 1100? And it's giving us back either a 1 or a 0. How would we make it so that it only output a 1 in the instance that both things were true? This is where multiplication comes into play. So I'm going to click back on cell J8 over here. I'm going to click the F of X button to reopen that function. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this expression as it is, just put it in parentheses. This makes me feel more comfortable that this is an entire expression that either generates true or false, if you notice right there. And then we're going to put in a multiplication symbol, the asterisk, and then in parentheses next to that, I'm going to highlight the client column, H6 through H247, and say, is that equal to this client ID number? and close the parentheses. And if you notice, this has now gone ahead and translated itself to lots and lots and lots of zeros. So what's happening now is it's taking TRX shipping as a criteria and CL 1100 as a criteria, and only if both are true is it going to come back with a 1. Otherwise, it's a 0. So we click OK, and as you can see here, there are no TRX shipping shipments that go to CL 1100, but there is at least one for American Transport. So there you go. There are 4 shipments for American Transport to CL 1100. What about to 1101? There are 3 shipments on American Transport to CL 1101. So if you need to filter by more than one criteria at a time, you multiply those criteria against one another.